Hey everyone, welcome. Today we're diving into an idea that could honestly change how you look at challenges, how you learn, and pretty much everything. We are talking about building a growth mindset.
So, let me ask you something. Think about a time you were super excited to learn something new. Maybe it was a tough puzzle, or getting the hang of a new sport, or even just a dance move. You're all in, totally focused, and then you hit a wall. It just gets hard, and suddenly it feels impossible. Well, guess what? That feeling, that urge to just quit, it's not some personal flaw. It actually has a name. It's a sign of a certain mindset. And the best part is, there's absolutely a way to fight back, to push through it, and get back to that feeling of excitement and learning.
But first, we need to know what we're up against. Think of it as a kind of trap that our minds can fall into, the hidden mindset trap.
Okay, so here's the deal. This trap is called the fixed mindset. It's this little voice in our head, this belief that our talents and our smarts are just, well, fixed, set in stone. You're either good at something or you're not. And when something gets challenging, that voice screams, "See, this is your limit, time to give up."
Now, this is where the fixed mindset gets really, really sneaky. It doesn't just say, you can't do this. No, it actually creates physical excuses to make you stop. I mean, think about it. Have you ever been working on something tough and then out of nowhere you feel exhausted or just incredibly bored? Maybe even a little dizzy or suddenly starving? That's your brain's defense mechanism, literally tricking you into quitting to avoid the discomfort of the challenge.
All right, so how do we get out of this trap? Let's grab our first tool from the toolkit. This one is all about learning how to reframe challenges. This right here is the key. Next time you feel that struggle, that urge to quit, I want you to try something. Just picture your brain physically forming new connections. Imagine that feeling of difficulty isn't a sign you're failing. It's the feeling of your brain getting stronger, like a muscle during a workout. The struggle is the growth. And this really shows you that internal switch, right? The old fixed mindset voice says, "This is too hard, I quit," or "I'm just not good at this." But you can learn to replace it. The growth mindset voice takes that same feeling and says, "My brain is growing right now, and I can learn from this challenge." It's the same exact situation, just a totally different, way more powerful story you're telling yourself. Okay, on to our second tool. And this one tackles something that gets a lot of us hung up. We have to learn to ditch perfection. Let me ask you a tough question, and be honest with yourself. Look at your life, your friends, your colleagues. Is your world set up to make you feel like you're always right? Are you surrounded by people who just tell you how great you are all the time? Because if you only have worshipers around you, people who only ever praise you, you're stuck in an echo chamber. You can't grow. A growth mindset actually craves feedback. It goes looking for constructive criticism. Not because it feels good to be wrong, but because that's where the learning happens. That's how you get better. Now let's build on that with our third tool. This one is about looking back so you can leap forward. It's time to learn from your past. I want you to think for a second. Is there some event in your past, a single moment that you've let define you? Something that you feel measured you? A moment where you thought, yep, that's it, that's who I am.
Maybe it was a bad grade on a test that made you think you weren't smart, or getting fired from a job, or maybe getting rejected by someone. These things can feel like a final verdict on our worth, on our character. The fixed mindset loves to hold on to these moments as proof of our limits.
But a growth mindset gives you a new way to handle these memories. Step one, you let yourself feel the emotions. Don't push them away. Then, and this is so important, you realize that event doesn't define you. It's something that happened to you. It is not who you are. And from there, you can ask the real game-changing questions. What can I learn from this? And how can I use this to grow? That's how you turn a painful memory into a roadmap for your future. Okay, for our last tool, we're going to apply the same thinking to something we all go through, how to tackle low moods. So, when you're feeling down, maybe even a little depressed, what's your go-to response? Do you tend to pull back and let everything slide just hoping the feeling goes away? Or do you try to push forward and stay engaged? A fixed mindset tells you that when you're feeling low, putting in effort is just going to drain you more. But the growth mindset completely flips that script. It sees effort as a positive, constructive force. It's not the thing that's dragging you down. It's the very thing that can help pull you back up. So the next time you feel that low mood coming on, try this little action plan. Just focus your mind on learning something, anything at all. Think about a small challenge you could take on,
Or simply focus on the act of confronting one little obstacle. It's about taking action, which is a powerful way to fight that feeling of being stuck.
So, we've talked about the trap, we've gathered our tools, now what? It's time to put it all together and make your growth mindset plan.
This question right here is what it all comes down to. I really want you to think about this. What is that thing for you? Is it learning an instrument? Writing a story? Maybe running a 5K? What's that thing you've always put off because that little voice in your head said you're just not good enough?
Got it? Got that thing in your head? Good, because here's the last step, and it's the only one that really matters. Make a plan to do it. Not someday, not next week, today. Take that big, scary thing and just break it down into one tiny first step you can take. Because that's what this is all about. It's not just about thinking differently, it's about doing differently. Thanks so much for tuning in.